Bienvenidos a todos ustedes una vez más aquí en SpanishPod101.com, and I'm really happy to have you here. Please let me know you are here with a hi. There is a comment section. Also, you can like this video, you can support us by liking this video, share it with other people who is learning Spanish. You can recommend us, and if you are not subscribed to this channel yet, this is the time for getting subscribed. And well, it will be an awesome topic because today we are going to talk about useful verbs for everyday life in Mexico. Vamos a hablar sobre algunos verbos útiles de la vida diaria en México. Ok, another thing, otra cosa que también les quiero decir. Before I have a few people already. Please, if you're on Facebook, let me know. I would like to say hi over there. Me gustaría saludarte por allá también. Y por supuesto, and of course, también es cierto que estos verbos son muy importantes. Let's see what this is about. Vamos a la lección. Bien. These verbs are the backbone of simple daily talk. Estos verbos son importantes para una conversación, para hablar diariamente. Y vas a usar estos verbos. You will use these verbs at home. Vas a usar estos verbos en casa, en una tienda, at the store. O también cuando viajas, when traveling, okay? This is everything it is about. So, si tú tienes alguna pregunta, if you have any question, let me know here in the comment section. I would like to answer to all of them. Y por supuesto, well, you can learn more vocabulary with us. Actually, we have 25 questions, simple questions, most used verbs, most common verbs. We have a PDF about it. For example, today I have this PDF which is about romance and love here, and you can see it's about, well, what the PDF has. Tiene muchas frases, ¿no? Tiene también las traducciones, so you can see the real words in context, and it will be very useful. Ok, muy bien. So, muchas gracias a todos. And by the way, these PDFs are for free. All you need to do is to click in the link in the description of both YouTube and Facebook. Muchísimas gracias. Y aquí tengo, por ejemplo, a Isabel, que dice hola. Saludos a Isabel, que está por ahí. Muchísimas gracias por saludar. Y también quizás tengo a alguien en Facebook. Y también a las personas que están ahí en Facebook. Muchísimas gracias si tú estás ahí. Y bueno, so let's start with the lesson. I hope during the lesson more people will join us. However, let's start directly there. And if you hear any noise, please let me know. Ari, come. Sorry, my dog. He's trying to find some food. He had every meal he needed, but now he's ready to sleep. Ya está listo para dormir. Ok, vamos a continuar. Muy bien, vamos a la lección. Y el primer verbo que yo tengo es ir, which is to go, ir. Just remember something about these verbs. Recuerden algo sobre estos verbos. Y es que these are really irregular, no? The conjugations. So, for yo, it is voy. Tú, for you, it is. Okay. Vas. He, she, and it. Él, ella, usted. Va. We go. Nosotros vamos. They and you all go. Ellos, ellas, ustedes van. Okay? Just remember that in Spanish we don't need the pronouns. I don't need to say all the time I do this, I go, yo voy, tú vas, nosotros vamos. Not really. All I need to have is the conjugation of the verb and the verb itself, and that will be enough. So voy instead of yo voy. Okay. Vamos a ver un ejemplo. Let's see an example here. Vamos a ver un ejemplo que dice vas al parque. Vas al parque. Are you going to the park? Vas al parque. Sí. Voy ahora. Voy ahora. Note that here I'm not using the personal pronouns yo voy ahora. Tú vas al parque. No. Just the conjugation and the verb, it's more than enough to indicate who we are talking about. De quién vamos. Pero bueno. And yes, it's very regular. For example, ahí está Debbie. Saludos a Debbie. And Isabel que dice, desafortunadamente en la mayoría de los idiomas, los verbos más comunes son los más irregulares. Yeah, fortunately, in most languages, the most common verbs are the most irregular. Yeah, for example, in English itself, no, I am, you are, he is, right? We had 3 different conjugations. Loco. Okay, next one is venir. Oh, please tell me I'm sharing a screen correctly. Yeah, I think you can hear me, you can see me well. Okay. Bien. Next one is venir, which is to come. Venir, to come. It is a little bit irregular as well. For yo is yo vengo, I come. Vengo. You will see it written. However, yo vengo. And then it's kind of similar to the verb tener, tengo, and then it is tienes. Really similar, because with venir, to come, for you it's almost the same. We just switch the T for a V. Vienes. Right? Por ejemplo, there you have it written. And there you have the example. ¿Vienes a mi casa? Are you coming to my house? Sí. Vengo a las 6. Yes, I'm coming at 6. Vengo. Okay? Really similar to the verb tener. So if you already know the conjugations of the verb tener, then you will know the conjugations of venir. Because all you need to do is to switch the T for the V. Okay, tengo, vengo, tienes, vienes. Everything is the same. Okay. And well, only for present tense, past tense won't be the same. Okay, por ejemplo, Debbie, will you need to move the cheat sheet at? Not yet. Hopefully not yet. If I need, I will do. If yes, I will do. However, right now it seems everything is good, Debbie. Okay, and she says also, Debbie says, oh, good association with venir and tener. Yes, even though they are written differently when they are in their infinitive forms, tener, to have, venir, to come, they are really different. However, when they are conjugated, similar. Ok, vamos a seguir. Y la siguiente es ver. Ver, to see. Ver, to see. Ok, I don't know why, but fun fact, when I talk to a Mexican, to someone, well, whether they consider themselves Americans or Mexican, it's okay. However, when I talk to a Mexican American, they usually will use the verb mirar instead of the verb ver. They are synonyms, they are interchangeable. However, in my generation at least, we use more the verb ver. And mirar sounds more like an old person for us. Fun fact, yeah. But then I see someone my age, who speaks Spanish obviously, but who grew up in the US. Of course, the language doesn't evolve, or doesn't evolve the same way it evolves here in Mexico. And they use mirar, miro la tele. Yeah, I watch the TV, miro la tele, and here we normally would say veo la tele. Although our grandparents or uncles, aunts, they could use miro la tele. Generation gap, fun fact. Well, ok, vamos a seguir y también vamos a ver un ejemplo. Here it is an example of the two conjugations you need tonight. ¿Ves la tienda? Do you see the store? ¿Ves la tienda? Sí, la veo allí. Yes, I see it there. Okay, one thing. I'm just teaching you, if you have seen all of these examples, I'm just teaching you written. Of course, when I was saying the conjugations, I gave you all of them. However, I'm just giving you two conjugations for yo and tú. However, if you want to do for he, she, and it, and you formal, él, ella, eso, y usted. For tú, when you find the conjugation of tú, here the conjugation of tú is ves. All you need to do is to drop the s, and then it will be the conjugation for he, she, it, or you formal. Now, you see, tú ves, he sees, ve, él ve. We drop the s. Same happens with any other verb. Instead of you come, vienes, he comes, or she comes, we drop the s, viene. There you go. You go, vas, he or she goes, we drop the s, va. Crazy, huh? Because in English, you add the s, he goes, she goes, you go, you drop the es in this case. He comes, and for you drop the s, you come, no? In Spanish, it's all the way around. The tú, you, has the s written. And then for he, we drop the s. Well, I hope you understood that idea, but that's just an effort to help you to remember, to think. Just remember that solo recuerda que Vermin, recuerda que lo ideal, the ideal is for you to grab this information and then make it yours. How do you make things yours? Well, do a reflection, do something new with it. For example, if I said that you need to see, if I said viene and tiene are similar, we just switch the T for the V. Okay. Then how would you say my cousin comes? Then now you know the conjugation. You just need to drop the S. How do you say my cousin has? You drop the S. So start forming your own phrases with the little vocabulary, with the little the conjugations you now have. And that's how you make the information yours. This is the method that Spanish Pod is following, learning through conversations. You get a conversation, and then you practice within it. Okay. That's how I started also learning Greek. And there is also another methodology which is called language transfer. Really good. It's almost the same that I'm saying right now. Almost the same. Okay. Well, vamos a ver Nathan. Ahí está Nathan que dice, hola, I'm happy to be back. Okay, I got a lot of comments, so I will just stop here at Beber related to that. So Debbie, who says, I am Rati, Rati, saludos, greetings there. Y dice Debbie, I always thought that mirar means to look at. Yeah, very good. But it's also interchangeable with ver, which means to see or to watch. Interchangeable. We can use simply ver. Yep. Okay. Bien. No veo nada. No veo nada. I don't see anything. No miro nada. No puedo mirar nada. Yeah. Bien. Okay. There I have everything. Perfecto. Now we have the verb hacer, to make or to do. Hacer. Okay, hacer, a really common verb, but also irregular. For example, ¿qué haces? What do you do? What are you doing? Hago la tarea. I do. I know, hago la cena. I'm making dinner. I said, hago la tarea. I'm doing my homework. Okay. Hago la cena. I'm making dinner. Hago la cena. And, well, you can see hago. And, well, it's really similar to the other word, to the other verb, which is salir, to go out. With salir, we just preserve the first three letters, sal, and we add go. So with hacer, we just preserve the first letter, hacer. We get rid of the other three and preserve a, H-A, a, and then go, hago. Salir, we drop the other letters and preserve sal, salgo. Then same. Then it is regular. Hace, sale. Okay? Another one that might help you to remember. And there you go. So, ¿qué haces? Hago, and he does, she does. We just need to drop the S. Hace. Awesome. Bien. El siguiente verbo que yo tengo es comprar, which is to buy. Comprar. To buy. Okay. So, comprar. Oops. Okay, so comprar, aquí tenemos un ejemplo. ¿Dónde compras eso? Where do you buy that? ¿Dónde compras eso? Lo compro en la tienda. I buy it at the store. Lo compro en la tienda. I buy it at the store. Note something I want you to note, two things. Now you have a few questions. Again, make them yours. Where do you watch the series? Now you know how to say that. Where, donde, you watch, ves, donde ves la serie. In Spanish it's just singular, the series, the TV program series. La serie, donde ves la serie. And note something, many of my students, every day, they make the same mistake. Not all. However, many say compro a la tienda to mean at the store, at, a la. So they think at must be a in Spanish, but no, it is en. Compro en la tienda. I buy at the store. I'm at school. Estoy en la escuela. Okay? Well, just a quick note about it. Bien. And you can see everything is a question, no? ¿Qué haces? So now you have two question words. ¿Qué? What? And ¿dónde? You have them. Think about them. Make them yours. Okay. Awesome. And I would like to remind you that if you want to learn more phrases like this, more verbs in context, more conjugations, all you need to do is to go and click in the link of the description of both YouTube and Facebook, and you will find this link, SpanishPod101.com/learn-with-PDF, and you will be able to have all of these PDFs. Let me show you how they look like. For example, here I have the PDF Romance and Love, and you will find some common phrases, but also some adjectives that will help you to talk about this topic. Actually, as a matter of fact, it's good to learn new words around one topic instead of learning one word over there, one word here. Okay? Yes, I started like that. For example, I remember in Greek how to say lobster, how to say wallet, but I don't remember the rest, you know. And since I didn't learn them in a single topic, sometimes it's difficult to use them because I know a few words, but not enough to talk about that topic only, right? I know a few words about money and finances, but not enough to just talk about that and have a conversation about it. Are you following me? So that's why, if you want to learn a language, it would be great to learn words around one topic, so you can talk about them, understand these words, use them to talk about this topic. She's cute, it was a really great date. So how do you say cute? How do you say date? How do you say this, no? So in order to have a conversation about one topic, you need to have many words. I hope I'm making myself clear about this. Pero bueno. So, bien, muy bien. Bien. Okay, here you are having a conversation about conjugating verbs. Very good. So, y también Debbie dice, whenever I see workers whom I think speak Spanish, I always ask at first, ¿qué haces? It's very open-ended. And they can't tell I speak some Spanish and I want to. Really good. ¿Qué haces is a really good way to start a conversation. Really funny. Okay. Well, Isabel is the same, that people here is having the habit, it's creating the habit of having conversations in Spanish, which sounds great. Awesome. Muy bien. Pues vamos a seguir y regresemos. Let's go back to the lesson. Muchísimas gracias a todos. Y también, si tú estás en Facebook, por favor recuérdame. I would like to say hi if you're on Facebook. Don't forget it. Would be awesome to see you here. And well, okay, vamos a continuar. Let's continue. And the next verb is comer. comer, to eat. Comer, to eat. So, ¿quieres comer ahora? Sí, quiero comer. Do you want to eat now? Yes, I want to eat. We are not seeing these verbs conjugated, just comer in its infinitive form, because before we have a conjugated verb, which is quieres. Quieres. Again, you will see that quiero, quieres, really, the verb to want, really similar to the conjugation in present tense for tener. Tienes, right? We just drop the T and add Q, you, quieres, tienes. And for yo quiero. But you will see now, I hope it feels familiar with this conjugation. And every time you have a conjugated verb, unless it is a perífrasis verbal, such as estoy comiendo, llevo comiendo, sigo comiendo. If it is a perífrasis verbal, then you can have two conjugated verbs. But when it is not something like that, the first one will be conjugated, in this case quiero, second one infinitive, comer. The basic form of the verb, not conjugation. I don't change anything of the second verb, I just put it there. ¿Quieres comer? Awesome. Vamos a seguir. La siguiente es beber, to drink. Beber, to drink. This is a really standard verb, beber. Normally, some people, well, not normally, however, people would rather use, in some places of Mexico, will use tomar. Tomar. The verb tomar. T-O-M-A-R. Tomar. That's the verb for to drink and to take. Okay? Beber is general. Every country understands it. Tomar is more about the region. So let's see. Vamos a ver. ¿Quieres beber algo? Do you want to drink something? ¿Quieres beber algo? Remember, we can also say ¿quieres tomar algo? Sí, quiero tomar agua. Yes, I want to drink water. Oh, quiero tomar, I said, but you can just say quiero agua. I want water. Quiero agua. Awesome. Muy bien. And then we have the verb querer. Querer, which is to want. Remember, I already told you how to conjugate this one. ¿Qué quieres? Very similar to the verb vienes or tienes. You come, you have. We drop the T on tienes, you have. And then switch to Q, you. And you have the conjugation, the correct conjugation, no? Tienes. Sorry, I made a mistake. We also need to change the R. Tienes and quieres, but you can see the similarities here. Quiero un sándwich. I want a sandwich. Okay, awesome. Necesitar. Necesitar. To need. Necesito. ¿Necesitas algo? Do you need something? Sí, necesito un bolígrafo. Yes, I need a pen. Okay. Necesitar in Spanish, we normally use it when we have the urge to do, or the emphasis that we really need something. Otherwise, if I need to buy a souvenir, it's not one of those needs, unless you want to emphasize necesito el souvenir. Otherwise, I need to buy, I need to get. We would use the verb tener que. I have to. Tengo que. So in Spanish, we use more to have to. I have to buy. we don't say as much I need to buy, unless we want to emphasize that we need it or we really need it. Okay, so be careful with this verb. Sé cuidadoso con este verbo. Y el siguiente, and I believe it's the last one because I checked it. Hablar, which is to speak, to talk. So the verb is hablas, hablas en inglés. Do you speak English? Sí, hablo un poco. Yes, I speak a little. Sí, hablo un poco. Okay, note that many times I hear, oh, hablo un poco de español. I speak little Spanish. Yes, but if you just say hablo un poco, it's a no. Okay? You don't need to add de español. But if you say español, don't forget de. Hablo un poco de español. I speak little Spanish. Okay? So, use some short of these phrases. The repetition, through repetition, you will get these different verbs. I hope you wrote the different verbs. If not, go back, write them, try to learn them and conjugate them. For example, I speak, you speak, he speaks, we speak, Hablo, hablas, habla, hablamos, hablan, no? Okay, so then follow these steps. Combine verbs with time, place, or objects for useful sentences. Try to make your own sentences. Try to combine. I speak tomorrow. I'm speaking tomorrow in front of the class. Mañana hablo frente a la clase, no? Tomorrow I want to eat. Quiero comer. I want to drink water. Well, not tomorrow. I want to drink water right now. I need to, no? Okay. And then try to think about some replies you could add, some questions in the streets, and that's how you start. Yes, repetition builds, but also if you produce your own language, if you start forming your own phrases, that will also help a lot. Okay, for the last time, I want to remind you, you can have our free PDF cheat sheets. All you need to do is to click the link in the description of both YouTube and Facebook, okay? Now let's go to the quiz. Let's see if you got some verbs. Vamos. Ta-da-pa-pa-pa. Pa-da-pa-pa-pa. Okay, so the question is, ¿qué haces cada día? ¿Qué haces cada día? Very similar to what Debbie in the live chat asked. It was a very open-ended question, but here is another one. ¿Qué haces cada día? Really open. Okay. Okay. Por ejemplo, dice Debbie, which was more challenging, learning English then or Greek now? Well, I believe probably Greek, but not because of someone may think it's more difficult, which I think it is. However, for example, English, I started over 3 times, you know. Okay, yes, I started in middle school, and then I went to a school just for learning English, right? And then at high school I started over in a different school in the afternoons. So I had my regular school, and then I used to go to another English school every afternoon. But I started again from the scratch. The thing is, I believe it was easier because I had more interaction with the language. Because Mexico is just right next to the US, so movies, music, influence in general is in English. And sometimes Mexicans think English phrases sound cool, so instead of saying retroalimentación, they say, dame tu feedback, no? So we use some English words from time to time. Meanwhile, on the other hand, with Greek, I just need to create that interaction, so it makes more difficult to learn it day by day. Okay, I have an answer here. Isabel who says, que dice, voy a clases de la uni, hago mis tareas, trabajo y hago ejercicio en las tardes. Una vida muy activa, muy cansada, Isabel. Debbie que también dice, cada día voy al aire libre para mis actividades, hago ejercicios en casa, estudio español y toco mi viola. Oh, tú tocas viola, qué chido. So, muy bien. Perfecto. ¿Y tocas en un grupo? Do you play in a group or something? Bueno, suena chido. Muy bien. Muy bien, qué interesante. Ok. Bien, pues next week, la siguiente semana, nosotros vamos a hablar sobre, let me show you what we're talking about next week. La siguiente semana, nosotros vamos a hablar sobre la vida en la escuela en español. Talking about school life in Spanish. And there you go. Pues muchas gracias. Thank you to all of you. We are done for today. Muchísimas gracias a Isabel, a Debbie, quienes estuvieron aquí. Muchas gracias. Gracias a Isabel por tus palabras que dice, let's all take a moment to let everyone know just how much we appreciate these lessons. Muchas gracias, Isabel. Debbie, I love your, que dice Efra, I love your weekly lessons. Muy bien, qué chido. Muchísimas gracias y bueno, nos vemos hasta la siguiente semana. I need to update this. Necesito actualizar eso, pero muchas gracias a todos los que estuvieron hoy. Nos vemos la siguiente semana. Hasta pronto.